Avengers Endgame is coming out in 2 days time. That's right, in 2 days we'll finally get to see if our favourite heroes can undo the damage the Mad Titan caused when he snapped his giant fingers. So today on Beyond the Screen we're going to be counting down the top 10 Dark Avengers Endgame theories that we might possibly see go down this week. Before we begin, be sure to stick around until the end of the video where I'll be responding to a few of your comments. Let's jump in. Coming in at 10, time travel. Now this seems like one of the most plausible theories on our list leading into Endgame, as we know the MCU has some crazy science and advanced magical tech. However, one explored area is time travel, something that would be greatly beneficial in the upcoming battle against Thanos. Now this theory was fueled after images surfaced of Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans donning their original Avengers costumes and seemingly recreating the Battle of New York, only this time with Ant-Man. Now as to why Ant-Man will travel back, we don't know yet, presumably to stop an event from unfolding that would lead to Thanos getting his hands on the Infinity Stones. Coming in at 9, Reboots theory. Now one of the biggest roadblocks we're facing heading into phase 4 is that the heroes we have come to know and love will likely be dissolved out or even killed off in Endgame. We know there are thousands of characters that could be introduced further down the line, however many fans are calling for a new universe, aka a reboot, where we could perhaps see a light switch flicked and our favourite heroes returning only with new actors. Now this one is unlikely to happen, at least not anytime soon, with phase 4 looking to focus on Captain Marvel leading a new set of Avengers, perhaps even the introduction of a new Captain America, only this time the mantle will be held by Bucky Barnes. I'm a fan. Coming in at 8, Thunderbolts. For a period in the comics during the 90s, everyone in the Marvel Universe believed the Avengers, X-Men and Fantastic Four were dead, thus introducing a new superhero team called the Thunderbolts, who was secretly a team compiled of famous supervillains in new disguises. Perhaps when we say goodbye to some of our favourite heroes, we could be saying hello to some badass supervillains pretending to help the planet, but instead wreaking havoc across the universe. Now we've seen similar plots like this go down at DC with the Suicide Squad, bad guys hired by the government to do super secret missions. So hey, perhaps we could see this go down in phase 4. It would be a cool way to introduce a new set of villains for the MCU. Coming in at 7, the Red Skull. One theory that everyone is obsessed with is that the Soul Stone was fake, broke, corrupted. Yeah, mostly this is because people want to believe that Gamora will come back after she was sacrificed for the stone. Now this theory goes that the Red Skull lied to Thanos when they were on Vormir, and that Gamora didn't die for the stone, and instead was sacrificed in order to free him from his Sentinel role, which will free Thanos and allow him to revive Gamora, and will allow for the Red Skull to appear perhaps as the surprise villain in Endgame. So perhaps we'll be seeing Thanos team up with the Avengers in Endgame in order to take down a potentially larger threat. We shall see. In at 6, Quantum Realm theory. This theory states that Ant-Man will save everyone using his connection with the Quantum Realm, the place he managed to escape from, which has yet to be explained to us. This will mean that Scott Lang will be playing a much bigger role in Endgame than what we have seen previously. Perhaps he will use the Quantum Realm to travel back in time to the Battle of New York, or perhaps he will figure out a way to get the Avengers inside the Quantum Realm with him so they can battle Thanos there, because as we know the Infinity Stones don't work inside the Quantum Realm, hence why Ant-Man survived the snap. Coming in at 5, Quantum Leap theory. This is a variation of our previous number, and the theory goes that perhaps everybody will get their happy ending, but at what cost? So it's unlikely that the MCU will reboot their entire universe using time travel, but never say never. During this major crossover event we could be seeing our heroes play with time, which may allow Captain America to reunite with Peggy Carter, maybe just one day. We will likely see our heroes returning to their past lives only to learn that they can no longer have what they want, and forgo everything they longed for the greater good. Perhaps Tony will see his parents, maybe Peter will get to save Uncle Ben. All possibilities, but as we know, changing the past can sometimes lead to a more detrimental future. Coming in at 4, Future Avengers. As we know, Endgame is the end of a chapter for many of our favourite heroes, but where there is an end, there is also a beginning. Many fans are theorising that perhaps Marvel will tease us to the new heroes they have lined up for phase 4. As we know, Scott Lang's daughter Cassie was portrayed by a younger actress in Ant-Man, but in Endgame she seems to have been replaced by an older teenage actress, which is leading fans to speculate that the time travel storyline will offer a glimpse into a possible future where she adopts the superheroine alias Stature, and perhaps she won't be the only new hero we see. Perhaps we'll finally be introduced to fan favourites Moon Knight, Kamala Khan or even Gwenpool. Here's hoping. Coming in at 3, House of M theory. So, backstory. House of M was a Marvel Comics event miniseries where we saw Scarlet Witch lose her mind, which is pretty bad knowing just how powerful she is. She ultimately remakes the entire world into an alternate history version of itself, where everyone she knows is living a version of their imagined better life. Now, this is what people think will go down in Endgame and maybe even post-Endgame. In a variation of the Soul Stone theory, this one goes that when Thanos snapped, he actually split the universe in half, and he did this after Scarlet Witch enchanted the stone. This could explain Spider-Man Far From Home. In the trailer, they failed to reference any events related to the Mad Titan, which is bizarre knowing this is the biggest battle we are ever going to see. Perhaps Spider-Man is now existing in the alternate world, considering he was one of the many heroes to get dusted. Coming in at 2, Multiverse Cross theory. This is one of the more popular theories floating around the interwebs, and it has to do with the Fox-Marvel merger that just went down. Until those final credits roll on Endgame, everyone will be waiting with bated breath to see the big reveal of the X-Men and Fantastic Four. Perhaps undoing the snap will be what merges the MCU with the X-Men universe, or will even cause the mutant X gene to activate throughout humanity, or perhaps even alter history so that the X-Men always existed within the universe. Now, I doubt this is what we'll see go down, especially with Dark Phoenix coming out this summer, but I'm sure the introduction will happen further down the line. And lastly, coming in at number 1, the Soul Stone theory. This theory goes that those that were dusted never actually died, thank God. After Thanos obtains the Soul Stone by sacrificing Gamora, he has a vision of her in a childlike state in a dreamlike world that seems to resemble the Soul Stone, forcing fans to believe that neither she nor the heroes died, but were instead transported into the Soul Stone, and the mission that we will see go down in Endgame is the heroes attempting to set them free from the stone. Well, there we have it. Do you guys agree with our list? Were there any theories that we missed? Leave us all your thoughts and feelings in the comments down below. Before I go though, I just want to respond to a few comments from one of our last videos. Top 10 Avengers that might be sacrificed in Endgame. One user says, Black Widow and Hawkeye and Thor will survive. Thor potentially, but I think Black Widow and Hawkeye are goners for sure. They're dead. Ruff said Thor is the strongest character, way stronger than Captain Marvel. Not according to the MCU. She's the strongest superhero we have ever seen apparently. Arminius Dolores said Nebula was able to wield the gauntlet. In the comics, yes, but it's unlikely that we'll see that go down in Endgame. That's just my opinion there. If you haven't already, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another Beyond the Screen vid. Also make sure to follow us on social media at Top 10 Beyond the Screen. Until next time, see you later.